Welcome back to the show. Well, as talk of Canada's next election reaches a fever pitch and the U.S. election enters the home stretch, it is worth noting that globally, more voters than ever headed to the polls in 2024. Nearly 70 countries held or will hold national elections this year.
And it's no wonder people around the world are concerned about the use of artificial intelligence in their election cycles. From deepfakes to foreign interference, many are questioning whether the information they're digesting is real. Here to tell us more is futurist Nik Badminton. Welcome to the show.
It's good to be here.
All right, so let's dive right into this very hot topic. All right, so Nik, talk about all the ways that AI is already being used in global politics.
So we're at the beginning stages of this, but it's starting to be deployed. Down in Argentina, they're calling it the world's first AI-powered election, and you've got the incumbent fighting it out, or was fighting it out with the challenger who eventually won. But they were slugging it out with like alternative images, with propaganda, with one of them looking like Chairman Mao, and a whole bunch of different things, using it to really just to create, I think, some humor and also some debate and also just a little bit of misinformation in the mix just to make things more chaotic.
Ooh, okay, so let's talk about here at home. Has our government been impacted by AI, artificial intelligence?
Well, there was one particular person going for the Toronto mayoral campaign, and he used some generative AI to produce images of homeless encampments to try and like stoke up and foment sort of that distemper around all of this. It was pretty bad acting, in the situation. He didn't really gain any sort of pace with that kind of media, the synthetic media that's being created.
Did people know what it was right away? Or?
Do you know what? We kind of feel a little uncomfortable when we see media like this. It's kind of an uncanny effect that we have. And that's why it hasn't really caught fire yet.
Okay, so the Americans, as we know, will head to the polls in in just 2 weeks. So talk about how the AI has impacted the American election as it stands.
So this time last year, I was having conversations with election bodies, and they were really worried. They wanted some advice, and they really thought that there was going to be a full tidal wave of content. It's not happened. I think people are really good at filtering this all out, and it still feels a bit weird. But you've got people like Trump, here's me with a bunch of people that you wouldn't think would vote for me, so you can vote for me. And it's like
these are fake images?
Yeah, so fake images. They're actually really, and it travels a long way. And you've got all of these misinformation farms in Iran and Eastern Europe pumping them as hard as they can, right? And even like talking about, okay, here's Taylor Swift and she's endorsing Trump. And it's like, how many millions of Swifties are there?
Right.
And they're young, and they attach to this content a little bit more readily than maybe people that are more skeptical and more mature in the way that they've been processing information through their lives.
Oh my God. Okay, this is all sort of like negative and a bit scary or a lot scary. So what are the positive ways that AI can... Why am I laughing saying that? What are the positive ways that AI can help politics?
Well, it can identify itself. So we can have AI checkers that can check things out and say, that's definitely AI. And so it can filter itself. We can still use it for planning. We can still use it for some very useful sort of menial tasks. We're at the level of dog-level intelligence with AI, so we're just beginning with the whole process. But, it can be useful if it's put in the right hands.
Okay, that's interesting.
Now, Nik, listen, I think you're a wonderful person, but this next question that I have, I'm really just very skeptical about it, because you say actually that politics hasn't been wildly disrupted by AI.
Correct.
Yet.
So think about it this way.
And how could that change in the future?
So we're in this cycle, 70 plus elections happening. We're creating training data for the next cycle. So everyone needs to be watching out the next 4 to 6 years. Those elections that happen then, that's when we're going to see this really hit the road and really cause massive amounts of disruption.
But how can you say that it hasn't caused disruption already? Because even those images that you saw, there's no way of possibly knowing who's behind creating them. There's no way of really knowing how many people actually took that and went, oh, well, Taylor Swift endorsed him, I guess.
And the black people like Donald Trump.
But what's been proven right at the beginning of certainly the election cycle down in the US, people started to pump things out. Like the Republicans did an ad last year, and it just never took hold. Someone cloned Joe Biden's voice and was doing robocalls. They've just been fined $6 million. So like the way that this has actually come onto the public sort of attention and on the radar is that people are looking out for it, and people know if it feels off, it's probably off. When things get more subtle, and a little bit more
sophisticated,
but very well planned, and that subtlety just seeps in.
And you're saying we're around the corner from that.
We're like, 2 to 4 years away from something that will have enough data to be trained on, and enough capability out there to just turn on a particular platform and create a bunch of chaos.
Okay, so it's hard to imagine this next question.
Yeah.
But already AI is sort of hard to get our heads around. But imagine a future where AI maybe takes the form of an actual creature or person or whatever. Could an AI candidate ever be a leader, like considered for political office?
Well, there's kind of laws against this. You know, you can't behave. You can't have a false individual like running for office. It's never going to be that smart. Now, never say never, but in very short terms, the next 10 to 20 years, it's not gonna have this artificial general intelligence, as it's called. It's not going to be this omnipotent, smarter than humans, can like have this conversation level of smart. It's just not going to be like that. And a lot of people in my field are going, "You're wrong, Nick, you're wrong." But will a human using this kind of technology and maybe with agents in their organization that are purely AI sort of start to move the dial? Absolutely.
Okay, let's end with this question.
Yeah.
Is AI a threat to democracy?
Information and humans getting together in a number of different ways have always been a threat to democracy by the movements that they create. This just accelerates it in certain aspects, much like the internet did, much like social media did. This is just another layer. But now we're putting on steroids, so it's going to be interesting to see the next 3 to 5 years. Sorry?
So is that a yes?
Humans are a threat to democracy, yes.
Okay.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Keep your eyes open, keep asking questions. Nick, thank you so much for your insight.
Thank you.
Hey, you, come a bit closer. We've got so many more must-see interviews, spicy debates, lifestyle tips, and pop culture moments. So subscribe to our channel by tapping the logo below and don't miss out.